Welcome to the Mouse Bros podcast. Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm his brother Randy. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at the Mouse Bros. We'll be releasing new episodes every Friday, so make sure you subscribe to get the latest podcast. If you have any suggestions for upcoming shows or just want to say hi, you can email us at mousecabrospodcast@gmail.com.
If you're planning your next Disney destination or Universal Orlando vacation, you're going to want to reach out to me, Ryan Noppinger, with Capture the Magic Vacations. You can reach me at ryan.noppinger@ctmvagent.com. This is a no-cost-to-you service to use me as your travel agent. I'll make sure you get the best vacation package or deal for your whole family. I can also help make dining reservations and plan fast passes to make planning your Disney vacation less stressful and more magical.
On today's episode, we are talking about what attractions are worth the wait and which ones are not. See what list your favorite attraction makes. But first of all, Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. But
That wasn't a great introduction.
I typed it up. I will take the blame on that one.
Thanks, because as I was saying it, I was like, this doesn't sound right.
And to be honest, we didn't pre-read it before we started recording this.
So you know what? We're doing it blind. This is going to be our best episode we've done yet.
It might be, honestly.
We're already doing
Or the
great.
worst.
Yeah. All right. So, Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good now.
Yeah, you
I
doing
guess.
better?
Yeah.
You're a little sad, but now you heard me read that.
I'm going to pick back up my confidence with something else here.
Yeah, maybe not.
Hopefully I typed the outro right. We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Didn't you just copy and paste it?
Yeah.
It's still probably wrong. Stay tuned to the end. So for this episode, we're going to go through kind of each park and name one attraction that we think is worth the wait and one attraction that we don't think is worth the wait. And this is actually based on the average times for the past month. So
Yeah, the last 30 days, yeah.
Basically October.
Yeah.
I think it's like our data's from October 2nd to November 2nd or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just to give time frame of
Just
kind of what we're using our numbers on.
Just go with October.
Just go with October. Yeah.
So
fine with me.
Figured that we were going to each go through each park. Ryan, if you want to kind of start off, we'll start at Magic Kingdom. Kind of tell me what you think is worth and not worth and why.
So Magic Kingdom, I said worth it, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and the average is 33 minutes. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think a 30-minute. See, like it when we kind of came up with this idea and started researching, it was like really hard just to pick like one that was worth it. So like I think for the average time for Big Thunder Mountain, 30 minutes is worth it. I think though, if it's kind of more than that, like close to the 45 minutes, I don't think it is. But with the average time, I would agree with you.
Yeah, yeah. I think that 33 minutes, and really the 33 is going to be like 30.
Yeah, and and that line moves fast too. Like it may not move. It's not too terribly fast when you get to the ramp, but when you get to the ramp, like it's go time.
It's quick because nobody knows that. What side do I pick? Left or right? Left or right? And then you pick left, and then
right goes
the right's
further.
faster.
Yeah.
And you're like, darn it.
Yeah,
should have picked the right. Yeah,
yeah.
So
You're like, I should have picked right, and then you're already sitting on when you're on the left side. So it's.
Do you want me to go to my not worth it, or do you want to
go to your not? Do all Magic Kingdom.
Okay,
Just do the whole thing.
My not worth it is, I'm gonna say it, but Seven Doors Mine Train at an average of 66 minutes. Now, I've seen this attraction, especially during the summer, go up to anywhere from 2 hours. And still don't think it's, worth it at least waiting in line for it. If you're able to grab a fast pass for it, by all means, because it's a popular attraction at Magic Kingdom, go ahead and do it. But as far as, that's, an hour wait, hour and a half, 2 hour wait, no.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. And that doesn't mean that the attraction's bad. I mean, that wasn't for my not. But I do agree that when it's a long wait, it's not a fast. And like it's a fun attraction, but it's like, I mean, it's not worth the wait for, that attraction is not worth an hour wait.
Yeah, from the time you wait in line for, an hour and a half, it's just crazy that, sometimes that this ride, is hour and a half, 2 hours, and the attraction's over in 5 minutes. It's like,
Not even. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's cool.
And like,
but, yeah,
I don't know what makes it popular. Is it like the technology with the dwarves? Is it the somewhat swinging cars? Because like, yeah, they're like mine cars, but they don't swing as much as you think they would swing.
I think it's a good introduction roller coaster that's not like the Dinky Barnstormer, for kids that want to maybe get into roller coasters little by little. Like, it's a good overall family attraction. Totally get it. I totally agree with that statement, but I guess at our age, waiting an hour for it just doesn't seem worth it, because it's not, it's not Space Mountain, or it's not, Everest. It's not one of these bigger roller coasters like that. And I think that's where it kind of gets for me, is if it's worth it or not worth it.
Yeah.
How about you?
So for Magic Kingdom, my worth it is Space Mountain with an average of 50 minutes. I know that seems like a long wait, but Space Mountain is just a unique ride, being all in the dark with, making it feel like you're kind of being blasted off into space. And even the ride cars themselves are so unique, sitting in just a straight line. So it's a long wait because it is, it only sits, 6 people per car. So obviously that's not going to have a high turnaround. I mean, they're pretty efficient there though.
Yeah.
I would say if it's hour and a half, it might not be worth it. But at the same time, they also have that interactive queue. They have the games that you can kind of play to help pass time. I will say that I don't know that we don't wait in it too much, but that's just because we're able to get a lot of fast passes for it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not attraction that's hard to get fast passes for.
And it mainly because not everyone in our party that we usually go with rides it.
Right. So when we have, I'm just on average, me, you, mom, dad, right? With our parents don't do that. So it's a ride that we can do twice using their fast pass.
Right. Yeah. Which again is, a benefit to that. At least making a fast pass for all 4. And if 2 people aren't going to go, then someone in the party can have those other 2 fast passes because there's no one checking.
Absolutely. All right. So my not for Magic Kingdom, so not worth it, is Peter Pan's Flight with an average of 47 minutes. This is just a long line. It's always a long line. I don't understand why it's a long line, because it is an Omnimover. It only sits 2, which I get, but it's just constantly moving. So I don't understand why it's always a long line. When I read that it was an average of 47 minutes, I honestly thought that was low, because I thought the average would have been way more, because I feel like they turn people away at some point with that ride.
Now, and I don't know yet if I'll agree with you or not agree with you, but I've always pretty much ridden Peter Pan's Flight with a fast pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, one of the times, I can't remember what trip it was, but it was literally a 15-minute wait. And I think it was maybe a special ticketed event that, me and my wife Amanda went to. And it was a 15-minute wait. So we're like, oh, well, let's do the regular queue. We're here. Why not? And I don't know if it's just because I hadn't been in it in forever, because I fast pass it all the time, but there's actually stuff to see in the queue. It walks through kind of the first part of the story before kind of Peter Pan comes in. And they're I don't want to call them sets, but they're sets. I don't know how else to describe it, but stuff to look at.
It's been a long time since I've been in it, because I've only ever fast passed, because it's always just a long wait. Yeah. You can grab it probably at night. With a lot of these attractions, if you go at night, it's less. You could open the park, but then, you're building your day around doing one attraction for a specialty. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem taking it at noon, it just doesn't seem worth the wait when there's so many other things you can do.
I would never do Peter Pan's Flight at noon or middle of the day without a fast pass.
Right.
Because that's just, wasting. I think when it comes down to these not worth it for the time waiting, there's so many other attractions that have a low wait time that you can do maybe 3 attractions by the time you get done one attraction if you don't have a fast pass for.
And the point is really, to kind of elaborate, your vacation only has so much time, right? You're only in the park for so much time because Disney's only open for so long. So, we saying worth it versus not worth it is how much time it takes and how much you get out of it. For waiting 47 minutes for Peter Pan, I don't feel like I get enough out of it when there's so many other things I can do in that 47 minutes.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to Epcot. What are your 2?
So my worth it, and just bear with me because, I feel like Epcot's kind of weird right now with a lot of stuff going on. But I said Spaceship Earth, average of 17 minutes, worth the wait. Now, and Epcot, I guess, is one of those weird parks that, yes, early in the morning, probably until maybe 2, 3 o'clock, that kind of future world part, Test Track, Soarin', Spaceship Earth, Mission Space, I'm trying to think of what else, all those, Living with the Land, Nemo, are all going to have a high wait. But then you get into kind of after 3 o'clock when everyone is out in World Showcase, getting dinner at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and all of these attractions, Soarin', goes down to 20 minutes. Test Track maybe goes down to 30 to 40 minutes, in a busy summer. Frozen Ever After pretty much stays up there because it's in World Showcase.
Right.
It's something to do out there. But everything in Future World pretty much just simmers down.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Absolutely.
So for my not worth it, even though I do love this attraction and have waited for it, I'm going to say that Soarin' at an average of 41 minutes is not worth the wait. And I say that, again, there's so many other things that you can do, and it's pretty easy. At least every time I've made fast passes to plan at Epcot, have gotten a Soarin' Around the World fast pass kind of first off. Now, I would throw on that list too, but, I'll wait till you get to yours to see what you say about, the top attraction there. But yeah, I'm going to say Soarin' at 41 minutes, not worth it. I've waited maybe 20 minutes, and then they said it was 20 minutes, and it was pretty much a walk-on. So it's...
I would agree with the Soarin'. And I'm not saying it's not a good attraction. It's a fantastic attraction, but I would rather just get a fast pass for it than kind of wait it out. So for me and Epcot, worth it, I think is Test Track. I know you have different feelings about that, and it's an average of 54 minutes. To me, it doesn't feel like 54 minutes because there kind of is a pre-show where you can kind of make your own car and design it and stuff. Not that it really affects anything. It's really just because when you design your car, you can take it onto the ride and scan your magic band, and throughout all of the tests, it'll tell you which car performed most. And really, it's just based on numbers. It's not actually how the car performed. Anyway, it's not realistic, but that's not the point. Not trying to crush hope and dreams of little kids. But I think it's worth it because it's just a fun queue, and then you do have this pre-show, so it's 54 minutes, but it doesn't feel like 54 minutes.
Yeah, I'll say I'm not waiting 54 minutes for Test Track. I mean, again, another attraction that I've gotten fast passes for, and it still puts you in kind of the pre-show queue to build your and design your own car. But
and then you still got to wait after that too.
Yeah, you still have to wait, to load after kind of the pre-show. But, an hour, I mean, you might as well just call it what it is, an hour, for this attraction to wait, I just don't think is worth it, especially with kind of the new design your car themed. And that's just completely my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the design your own car and then go ride it on a sim track. Now, had it been the original Test Track, 60 minutes, absolutely.
Yeah, because that queue was fun to watch things get destroyed and slammed and stuff. Yeah. And I get that too. I do see both sides of it. it was hard just to pick one to talk about, so that's the one that I picked. But like, I probably could have put other ones there.
But again, you know, you don't go as, I mean, call it what it is, you don't go as often as I do. So like, you know, and I think that's where our lists kind of vary and our disagree agree come from, is like, oh yeah, I've gotten a fast pass for that every single time, and I still think it's a meh attraction. So.
Right. So that's coming from someone who goes, you know, frequently, but then, you know, my list is more for the person that goes once a year, once every other year.
Yeah.
Thanks for repeating me. Like, love the echo. But yeah, so like if I were to go more frequent as much as you, I could see that Test Track's just like, that's not worth it. But like for someone like myself, that's why it goes there.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Hollywood Studios, moving right along.
What about you're not worth it?
Oh, that is true. I forgot about that. Wow, I'm skipping ahead.
Back up.
So
man.
my not worth it is the Grand Fiesta Tour, an average of 14 minutes. For this ride, if there is any wait, walk away. Just don't even do it. If there's a 5-minute wait, walk away. Don't do it. Don't do it unless the board says 0-minute wait.
I mean, the queue is so long at you might 15-minute wait because they never post 14 minutes.
Yeah, but
you know, even a 15-minute wait, the queue, I don't think there's 15 minutes of queue there.
It's got to be like out in the market.
15 minutes is their extended queue.
Yeah, for real. So like, if this is more than a 5-minute wait, just walk the other way.
Yeah,
just come back to it later. I don't even think you can get a fast pass for it.
No.
So so if you could, don't waste the fast pass for it.
And again, I think that says a lot about the attraction.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, don't do this ride during midday because it's probably, you know, around that like 2 or 3 when people are starting to get into World Showcase, this ride might be busy. So
yeah,
do it at night, do it in the morning. Don't do it at all. You're not really missing that much.
No, you're missing Donald Duck in the.
Yeah, but really, at a 15-minute wait, walk the other way.
Yeah.
I think that's all that needs to be
walk
said
around
about
the
that.
market, see if it goes down.
Yeah, walk around the market for 10 minutes and the wait will probably go down because people will actually, in line, will walk out. And then it'll be a 5-minute wait, and then there's your 15 minutes.
So going, kind of retouching back on Epcot overall, you know, the number one attraction was Test Track at, you know, the 54 minutes mark. But the second one with the longest wait was Frozen Ever After. What do you think about that one? Worth it or not worth it?
It's hard because of the Fast Pass tier system. Like, I don't think it's worth it, but I would get a Fast Pass for it. Like, it's not worth the wait, but it's a good attraction that I would just rather use a Fast Pass and not wait in line for.
Yeah, an hour seems a little excessive, especially, again, it's one of those quick attractions. Yes, if this was your, you know, first time in forever going on it.
Okay.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it was a bad joke.
I liked it. Anyway, if this was your first time going on it, you know, at say a 60-minute wait, sure, it's probably worth it.
Right.
Having gotten on it, you know, a couple times, 60 minutes.
Yeah, it's just let it go.
Okay.
All right. I forced that one. I'm sorry.
We got it, man. We got it. I mean, we're all over this.
Let's just stop the episode. We'll just end it right here.
Well, if you, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I would say not worth it, but use it for a fast pass. Like, not worth the wait, but still do the attraction, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
All right, moving on to Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios. So my worth it and my all-time favorite of this particular land that is new is Toy Story Mania with an average of 41 minutes. And I will say, you know, I would probably wait 45 minutes for it, mainly because out of this whole entire new Toy Story land, I think Toy Story Mania is still the top dog, even between Slinky Dog, I should have made a joke there, and Alien Swirling Saucer.
Yeah, no, I agree. That before you even go on, I'm going to say that Toy Story Mania was also my worth it. It's just such a good attraction, and you know, even if it's an hour, I still think it's okay to wait for it, because I think the Mr. Potato Head's still there.
Yeah, he's still a thing.
So like, that's still something to look at, and he's really cool.
And compared to the other two rides, this one, yes, does have air conditioning and is inside. I mean, that's a huge seller.
Yeah,
yeah,
I would agree.
So my not worth it for Hollywood Studios is, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but my not worth it is Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at
Really?
an average of 54 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Now, I've only ever been with me and my wife Amanda into the land. She doesn't do Star Tours at all, so this attraction is a definite no.
For her, yeah.
Yeah, we waited in the regular standby line for it, because she wanted to see kind of the queue
line.
of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I mean, I feel like that's a thing in new attractions. When we got in there, I was a gunner, and then of course she backed out, and then after that, I got on the single rider line, and it kind of splits off. You go down this hallway, single rider, and then you kind of get to this kind of split where you go up this staircase. Now, a pro tip is actually that there's two staircases there. There's one that you can see walking down kind of the tunnel there, but then if you actually turn around, there's a second set of stairs to the left. Always go to the left, especially if you can't see anyone up the steps, but the right you can see people up the steps, because it kind of looks like a staircase that you shouldn't go up because there's no one else there.
Right.
But it's just the other side of the attraction, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, pro tip.
So
Pro tip from Ryan.
I did that twice, and I literally got on it and off of it and on it and off of it all within a 30-minute time frame.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, now, you don't get the best seat. I've not been a pilot yet. I've been a gunner and an engineer. But again, to me, it's, and maybe because I've only ridden it, I think, 3 or 4 times. And I don't know, to me, the wow factor is there your first time. Your second time, if you get the same position or anything like that, is kind of just like, I'm on Star Tours and I'm pressing buttons.
Now, does it make a difference if you're with a group of 8 or 6 or whatever?
I don't know. Now, I've only ever been on it when I didn't know the rest of the 5 people in the cabin, with me. But, it'll be interesting to see when we go in January with a group. We're going to fill a car with 6, I think.
I don't know.
I hope.
Sure.
Anyway, but, nonetheless, it'll be more of us in our group than there will be single riders or anything like that.
Right.
So, I think that experience will be interesting and fun to do, and hopefully not be a gunner or an engineer, and see if that helps anything.
Absolutely. So, like I said, my worth it is Toy Story Mania. Don't need to really say any more on that. And my not worth it is Aliens Whirling Saucers at an average of 26 minutes. This is basically just the same attraction as the Mater ride, Tow Mater, or something like that.
I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but yeah, it's
the exact same
spin or something.
Yeah, it's like the exact same attraction, and like it's just not worth 26 minutes. I don't think. I think it's more of like a 10 to 15. Even 15 is kind of pushing it.
Yeah. Now, again, one of those ones where it's iffy. On our last trip, we did this attraction, Aliens Whirling Saucer, and I think it was maybe 20, 25 minutes. And one of the reasons we did it is because it wasn't a long wait like Slinky Dog Dash, or it wasn't a long wait as, Toy Story Mania was. We're like, well, we haven't done it in a while. Let's go ahead and get on it, because it is a fun attraction as long as the wait is reasonable.
Right, absolutely. I'm not saying it's not a fun attraction. I'm just saying 26, 25 minutes. If you don't go as much as me, might not be worth it. But like, I wouldn't also waste a fast pass on it, because there's a lot of other things that you can get fast passes for that are better.
Yeah, I mean, Toy Story Mania, again, if you can get a fast pass for that, you most likely probably won't get a fast pass for Slinky Dog Dash. I've gotten one time or 2 times, I think. But, I still think in that land, to your point, Toy Story Mania is the way to go.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about the top 4, because we mentioned 2 of those. Oh, I lied. We mentioned 1 of those. The top 5 we mentioned 2, but the top 4 we only mentioned 1. So let's just talk about those and just give it a quick. We don't need reasons, just what your thoughts. So the first one, Slinky Dog Dash at 65 minutes.
I don't know. If it was my first time doing it, worth it. If it was an hour, that's honestly not that bad from what it has been in the past. This attraction gets to 2.5 hours. If not more, and it's all in the sun. An hour is not bad if you want to ride it. Now, An hour, to me, it's not like the best attraction.
Okay. So final label.
Not worth it.
All right. I would also agree with that. I just think it's just like, meh. Just not too long in the sun. All right. Number 2, Rock and Roller Coaster at 54 minutes.
Again, I mean, you might as well call this the same as Simply Dog Dash, roughly 60 minutes, for Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't think bad, so I'm going to say worth it, especially for the type of roller coaster that you're getting.
No, absolutely. It's not a fun queue, though, and even Katie, who this is her favorite attraction, she was just like, oh, I don't want to wait in that. I definitely want to get a fast pass so we don't have to wait in that because it's just a long queue.
Yeah, it's very much just back and forth until you get inside, and then inside's the pre-show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say not worth it.
Yeah, I wish there was more.
I would say not worth it.
Yeah.
All right, we discussed Millennium Falcon. All right, Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror.
I mean, 47 minutes, you might as well just say 50 minutes. Again, I don't think that's bad.
No, I don't think that's bad either.
And I feel like the line always kind of moves because they load so many people into the pre-show.
And then each car holds a lot of people. Yeah. So, like, it says 50 minutes, but I really don't think that's bad. And plus, there's a lot to do because you keep kind of creeping up to the Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, and then you're inside and you get to see inside, and then you're in the pre-show, and then you're in the boiler room. There's just like so much to do.
Yes.
Did you know, in the fun fact that we'll probably discuss this when we do Hollywood Studios, in the queue for Tower of Terror, there's not one straight line. All of the all the sides are done in curve, like kind of with curves. That way you kind of have that uneasy feeling of you don't know where you're going because it just keeps turning.
To the Twilight Zone. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, Animal Kingdom. Here we go.
All right, so my Animal Kingdom worth it with an average of 24 minutes is Dinosaur.
Okay.
Hands down, again, I still think just one of, my favorite attractions in the park. Can quote it pretty much the whole entire
pre-show ride. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically. Absolutely love it. And at 24 minutes, I mean, to me, that's pretty much you just walking the queue, waiting for the pre-show, and that's it. It's going to go by so quick for what is a great attraction, in my opinion.
Especially if you get the pre-show, which is when you're kind of in the center atrium. Sometimes the light will dim, and they'll kind of go through the murals on the wall and talk about what's happening.
Bill Nye will come in.
Yeah, so that's like a pre-show, which is actually
really cool. I mean, it gives you that kind of museum.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is a museum, but it gives you that, that museum feel I've stepped out of Animal Kingdom and I'm in a dinosaur museum.
It's like the extra
touch.
Yeah, the extra touch that Disney puts on. Like, you feel like you're in a museum, then you're going to go on some special tour, and then you're going to like, oh, wait, we're going to get face front with dinosaurs. All right, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Let me do my worth it.
And then we'll both say are not worth it together.
At the same, because I feel like we probably have the same worth it.
Yeah.
So my worth it for an average of 113 minutes, if you couldn't have guessed it, is Flight of Passage. This is an absolute must-do, whether it's Fast Pass, whether you're waiting in line for it, it's an absolute must-do. The queue is very fun. There's a lot to look at, especially with the big Avatar animatronic. That's just something that is unlike this world, literally. So it's just super cool. It's just all around amazing, and it's a line that just moves. Like, you keep walking. You really don't stand still for, you don't get in line, stand still for 113 minutes, and then you take a step forward and you're there. Like, it's a long queue.
Yeah. The Fast Pass, you do miss a good part of the good queue of it. You still kind of see the Avatar in like the glass case water thing, but you're looking at them like
farther away, not with a great shot.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. I mean, 113 minutes, you might as well just call it 2 hours.
But a pro tip for this is definitely hit this in the morning or at night. I feel like at night they kind of keep the wait time higher
to turn people away.
Because I think like one time it was 180 when we almost 200 when we were kind of waiting for it. So that's 3 hours, and we did the queue pre-show ride, and we're in the car with 2.5 hours. So
even if not that, it may have been only like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
honestly.
It wasn't that long. So if I think it's worth the wait just because it's a fantastic attraction if you don't go to Disney as much as me.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for not worth it?
Yeah.
All right, let's just do the same time. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Navi River Journey.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so an average of 57 minutes. If it's anything higher than like 20 minutes, just walk the other way.
Yeah. Or
It's
if you
not
have a
worth it.
fast pass for it, if you're able to get a midday fast pass after your other fast passes, if you were able to get a Flight of Passage fast pass, sure, go ahead and do it.
If you have never been to Animal Kingdom, it's okay if you get a fast pass for this. If you have been and have done the river journey, you will understand when I say don't waste the fast pass on it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you haven't done it in a while, yeah, sure, because it's in tier 1 for Animal Kingdom for the park. Now, tier 1's only Flight of Passage or Navi River. If
Right.
everything's going for Flight of Passage, sure, you might as well grab a tier 1 because it's there, and once tier
Right.
1's out, that's it. Then you get to pick 2 from tier 2, which is pretty much
Everything.
every other attraction in the park. So, I mean, I guess we say not worth it, especially for the 57-minute wait, but worth it if we're able to get a fast pass for it.
And haven't done
sure.
it. It's very circumstantial that this would be in the worth it.
Yeah. Now, to touch on kind of, in the top 3, number 1, of course, Avatar Flight of Passage, and number 3, Navi River Journey. What was interesting is number 2 is Kilimanjaro Safaris at 58 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that one?
I mean, I'm not like an all-out animal lover, so I would say not worth it. Just because, Animal Kingdom just feels like a hotter park. I don't know why, but it just feels hotter than all the other parks.
I mean, it definitely is. Even though there's more shade, the trees kind of hold it, on
you get
the floor. If that
right.
makes
You
sense.
get to Africa, the land, and you're just like, oh, like I am actually in Africa. But it's just a hot park. And with all the changes that they made to the safari, which I understand why they made the changes because it disturbed the animals. It wasn't safe with all of the loud noises. I get that. But really, you're just waiting an hour to see some animals eat some grass or sleep. You can get a cool interaction with them every once in a while, but I don't know. I'm probably using a fast pass to get on this rather than waiting in line.
Yeah, this attraction will definitely be a fast pass for my first 3. Now, just talking about wait time at 58 minutes, no, I probably again will not wait, an hour, especially because by that time, I mean, the animals could change. Whatever you could see could change, which I guess makes it interesting that everything could change.
Because it's literally lifelike.
No ride is the same twice because animals move. But at an hour, I don't think it's it's worth it.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I would just fast pass it and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that sounds good. I think that kind of wraps up this episode.
Yeah. But, and maybe this is, one of these things that we kind of revisit, maybe not monthly because that could get exhausting.
Yeah.
But, maybe we try this again, when it actually picks up
or
a little bit.
Yeah, maybe after our trip in January.
Yeah.
Right. Because then we actually have a fresh take on everything and we could kind of do this again. Or, we even wait till after.
Even the
my
summer,
honeymoon.
even when the attraction times go way up,
Yeah, we can discuss this again during peak time because this is, some of these are
in the
really
middle.
Yeah,
I
in the
mean,
middle with all the Halloween parties and stuff. But I don't even know if that's calculated with this, to be honest.
Yeah.
So maybe in the summer we revisit that. Right there.
Yeah.
Deborah, write that down.
She'll get it. She'll get it.
She's got it. She already written it down.
We had to give her a pay cut.
It's on our calendar. Well, what? I thought we were doubling what we pay her.
It was nothing anyway, so it's fine.
All right.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review as it helps us improve the show. And as always, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.